Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap, and today we have Mr. Hitesh with us. He has recently cleared RBI Grade B 2021 examination, and today we will know about his strategies and all the learnings he had during this process. So, hello Hitesh sir, welcome to EduTap.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for having me on your show.
So, what was that feeling when you saw your name on the merit list?
I mean, I wouldn't say I was exhilarated, but I would say I felt relieved. I'll tell you
Right.
the reason. The reason is that I have been preparing for the last 7 years, right? And this was my third attempt at the grade B, right?
Great.
So I was slightly relieved because I have some other, I wouldn't say ambitions, but there are some other passions, right?
Right.
Other passions that I wanted to perceive, but because of the preparation, I couldn't perceive them, right? So I was relieved.
Right, that finally you can have that lifestyle or the life that you imagine, because finally you have achieved the goal, right? So before starting, we would like to know about the educational background and if you're doing job, so what you were doing and everything.
Okay, so I passed out in the year 2014, right? So I'm a graduate in electronics and telecommunication engineering, right? So I completed it in the year 2014 uh, from College of Engineering, Pune. Later, I was preparing I actually gave a number of examinations, and initially I failed in almost all of the examinations because I used to prepare 1 or 2 months for every examination, and
Right.
therefore the results never came, right? In 2017 I cleared the SBI PO examination, so I joined State Bank of India as a probationary officer. The experience there was quite good, enriching, but the job pressure was quite high, but that's a part of the job,
Right.
nothing to complain about, right? And then in 2019 I joined the Reserve Bank of India Mumbai regional office as an assistant in the financial inclusion and development department. And last year also, I mean in the panel year 2019 also, I was there for interview, but I couldn't get through the final list, right? So I again appeared for this time, right?
Right. So your resume is quite impressive. Like you have done almost everything in that particular sector.
Mhm.
Right. So we'll start with phase one, then we'll go to phase two, and then we'll ask about interview. So for phase one, what were the different sources and what was your approach for every section, as there was a sectional cutoff? So we'll start with mathematics, means numerical ability and reasoning, and then we'll move forward. So what was your approach for that particular section?
I would say that maths is, once you understand or gain command over concepts in mathematics, you don't need to revise them thousands of times, right? It's not GA, right?
Right.
Right. So once you understand, time related, work related questions, right? So you don't need to revise them, right? So I have been preparing for various examinations, therefore no additional sources were used. The approach was to gain command in terms of efficiency, right? It's
Right.
no point solving a problem in 5 minutes because you have number of questions to solve, right? So you
Right.
have to solve it in the minimum time possible, right? That's what efficiency is all about, right? So for quantitative aptitude, I used sources like RS Agrawal and Arun Sharma's book for CAT. I read it selectively, right? In case of reasoning, again, I would say that in case of reasoning, it's only the mock test that would help you. That's mainly because reasoning questions can be pretty tricky. And the problem is once you get entangled in a complex puzzle, you would remain entangled throughout the examination.
Right.
That's the problem with reasoning, right? So you should be pretty careful about the kind of questions you choose, right? So selection plays an important role in reasoning, and that the ability to judge whether to go for a particular question or not comes only with great practice, right? So
Right.
in the EduTap also we have the mocks available. I was an
Right.
enrolled student, right? So I have given the mocks there. I would say you should go for mocks wherever they are available, any material,
Yeah.
right? So the mocks will play a great role. In the case of GA, look, the GA portion is not to be prepared separately for phase 1 and phase 2. The GA would remain the same. Only the only difference is that in case of phase 1, the GA would be the focus would be on the data. I won't call it as trivial data, right? Because to me it seems trivial. I don't
Right.
understand the logic as to why they ask questions like this, but they ask
Right.
it, right? And you have no options but to go for it, right?
Right.
So the data has to be prepared very meticulously, very diligently, right? And that's available in EduTap material. I have, I mean, that's what my primary source of preparation, right? So GA, PIB, Public Information Bureau, and the EduTap material was sufficient. But I would also say that this year, the paper pattern was quite different, and the GA was one of the most difficult area to counter. I mean, if you see the pattern of the questions, they were, I mean, they were extraordinarily unusual, right? So the static, I mean, only those people who had a very good command on the static portion like CRR, SLR, whether there is a limit or not, right? Such people, they were able to navigate. The others might have drowned, right? So that was the case with the GA. So the strategy would for the GA would be to prepare comprehensively as much as possible. And for English, there was, I mean, I didn't do any preparation for English. I
Right.
mean, you read it every day. Yes, yes,
Right.
ma'am. That was
So
for phase 1.
yeah. So any books that you would recommend, as you have said for maths, you have suggested R.S. Agrawal and Arun Sharma. So similarly, for English, maybe for someone who is having weaker English or not so good English, so for them, which books do you want to recommend?
Okay, I would recommend if your grammar is not that much good, I will recommend books like Pal and Suri, right? It's a book that is generally referred to by the SSC CGL students. It's a good book. You should go through it. The second one is The Masterpiece. There is a red colored book. The red color front cover is there, right? So The Masterpiece by Christopher Phoenix. It's a good book for those people who are from Hindi medium, because everything has been explained in Hindi, right? So these are two books, right? And if you want to gain command over English, I would suggest to read articles from Indian Express, but they are pretty difficult. And if you are reading article of people like Pratap Bhanu Mehta, you should be you should keep aside 2 to 3 hours, because the language is difficult, the content is also difficult, right? So you should read it selectively, and the article from Hindu can also help, right?
Right. So this was for phase 1, and you have, in very detailed form, you have explained what is good for the aspirant. So now let's come to phase 2. So we'll go with how you prepared and what sources did you prefer for ESI. Then we'll go for FM, and then finally for English.
Right. Right. In case of economic and social issues, I'll tell you what happened last year. Last year, I prepared the static material very diligently, right? So very religiously, bit by bit, line by line, but nothing of that came in the paper, and therefore all of it went into dustbin, right? So it was all of waste, right? So the strategy would be to see to cover as much as possible, but in ESI you will have to be selective, because the human brain is not a machine, right? So we have a certain level of capacity, and you cannot pour into it as much as you want, right? So there is a certain set of data that you would be losing every day, right? So you have to be selective. What do I mean by selective? There are certain areas which are more critical than others, right? जैसे कि है women and child development, right? Ministry of Women and Child Development, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, then Ministry of Tribal Affairs, then Ministry of Social Justice. These are the, I mean, critical areas. You should go to PIB, or in the EduTap material also they highlight these points, right? So both of these sources must be referred to, and these are more important areas like sanitation, drinking water supply, health, education, right? So these are more critical areas. So if you want to approach it selective, I mean in a selective manner, these are the areas that must be referred to, or that must be prepared comprehensively. Second thing, if I have to tell you the sources of preparation, right? So in from 2015 I have been reading the book Ramesh Singh. I have read it, I mean 7 to 8 times. right? So Ramesh Singh is a good
Hmm.
book. Then a book by Shankar Ganesh. It's also a good book, right? Then EduTap notes. I have, I mean, read them thoroughly because last year also I have read them, so I revised them. And then economic survey of India and budget. I mean, it's needless to say that they are quite important, right? And I will also say, because the pattern has become disruptive, you will have to develop a certain amount of analytical abilities when it
Right,
comes to ESI and budget, because earlier
right,
only data was important. But now, if there is some take for example, the policy reorientation has taken place. Policy
right,
reorientation means the policies of government have changed, their strategy have changed, right? Recently we see that we have a lot of focus on disinvestment, privatization, right? So the policy has changed. The government wants to it wants the private sector to act as an engine of growth, right?
right.
Right. This is policy reorientation, right? So this sort of things must be read, and you can quote them in your answers, right, in descriptive. That can help you to fetch higher marks, right? So that's what this. And I would also say that the reports, surveys and studies of international bodies and national bodies, I mean, not the private bodies, right? So private research firms and their studies may not be that much useful from preparation point of view, but agencies like the what you call it, NCAER, right? National Council of Applied Economic Research,
Right.
right? These are agencies, government agencies. They also come out with their reports and studies. They can be pretty helpful, right? So I think I have covered ESI in detail. Is there
Yeah.
something you would like me to add?
Oh no, sir, you have already give such a comprehensive solution for the
Comprehensive
ESI
solution.
section. And sir, for
Okay.
FM,
Okay.
what was your plan?
Okay, so for FM, right, the basic part of finance is can be covered through books like JAIIB and CAIIB. Those people who are from the banking sector, who have a background in banking, they know this, right? The principle and practices of banking, right? So in a simple language, you can find the basic structure of Indian financial system, right? You can read it. It's good. For risk management, because my optional in CAIIB was risk management, right? So this was my source of preparation. But those people who do not have any background in banking and finance, I would say that the EduTap notes are, I mean, they're pretty sufficient to, I mean, the basic has been covered in such a simple and lucid language, right? So even before I joined the Reserve Bank of India, right, I had read your notes in way back in 2016, 2017, right? So that time also I was able to fathom as to what has been written, right? So that will be sufficient if you do not have an background in banking and finance, right? I prepared the risk management portion slightly in detail, because I knew that a set of questions would be coming
Right.
in interview as well, right? So I prepared derivatives and related concepts in detail, right? For financial technology, I relied completely on the newspaper Mint, right? Mint is a very good newspaper. I can vouch for it that if you read Mint religiously every day, you are gonna score 10 to 15 marks more, I mean 10 to 15
Right.
marks more than otherwise, right? It's a beautiful newspaper, right? Mint, you should go through it every day, right? For management, I completely relied on EduTap notes. The reason is that I'm a working professional, right? So
Right.
I do not have that much of time, right? So the time is limited, and the area that you have to cover is quite, I mean, it's exhaustive,
Right.
extensive. More you go into the depths of a concept, more you consider yourself ignorant. You understand that you don't understand this, right? So this is the problem. More you go into the depths, more is the ignorance that is uncovered or unveiled, right? So for management, I read EduTap notes I mean, religiously. And in addition to that, there is a book from V Manual. Well, it's good book if you want to understand the philosophical content, like morality, ethics, right? What's the difference between them, or the various theories like utilitarianism, teleological, deontological theories, right? So all these theories can be covered from the V Manual book. But it's a reference book, and because I have a fair amount of understanding of these philosophical concepts, I mean, I had prepared them in 2015, 2016, right? So it wasn't that much difficult for me. But if you are reading a reference book, you will have to be selective, because everything is described and
Right.
explained in detail, right? So you should have that much of time at your disposal then. Okay, so when it comes to English, the more you read, the better it is. Read as much as possible. Reading does not mean reading novels, because that will take you to completely different domain, right? So you should
Right.
read good content, right? You should read a means editorial, open page, right? And in case of English, the command can be gained only through consistent reading and speaking, right? So there is
Right.
no other way. This is the only way we learn and read and internalize a language, by reading it, by writing, and by speaking. That's the way, and this is the principle that is applied always. I mean, in all in case of all languages, this is the same principle.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Because while reading an editorial or newspaper, you'll also get to know the content.
Right.
But while reading novels, you can only just fantasize about something that you do
Yes.
not have.
And falling in love could be pretty dangerous, right, during the preparation.
During the preparation, right? You have to give time to your partner also for maths and reasoning also. That becomes quite difficult.
Yes.
Right. So, sir, as you were saying while you were explaining for phase two that you did everything with the job. So, sir, how did you manage the time? Because it becomes very difficult, and as especially when you're competing with those aspirants who are studying maybe 24 hours, not 24, but yeah, maximum time, who are giving full day of theirs to the examination, and you did the same with the job, and that too with a good responsibility in the organization.
Right.
So, how did you manage that, sir?
Okay, I'll tell you that when I was in State Bank of India, managing time was an extraordinarily difficult task, extraordinarily difficult, right? It even take a hit on my health, right? So it was difficult, but I'll also say that, you see, there is something called as commitment, right? If you have a commitment, you do it, right? There are thousands of reasons after coming from office. There are thousands of reasons not to study, but there is only one reason to study, that you have a commitment, right? So if you have a
Right.
commitment, and if you are adamant on not diluting your commitment, you will read it. In my case, I like reading. So it's my proclivity. It's a natural tendency of my mind to read. So I
Right.
don't find any difficulty. People who, I mean, they force themselves to study or read, they find it difficult to study
Right.
then. Right.
Right.
So this is the case. Uh, I would say that in case of job, when you are preparing along with the job, therefore this is the principle, I mean, primary reason as to why I joined the EduTap course, because you have to be selective.
Right.
You can't, I mean, it's not possible to read everything.
Every source.
Not
Right.
the capacity of a
Right.
normal
Right.
human being, right?
Right.
And therefore you will have to be selective. You will have to find material that is good, that is clear, that's simple and lucid, which is comprehensible, right?
Right.
So in my case, I had your material, I also had my own notes, right?
Right.
So
Right.
I could simply revise them, right? So I have prepared a lot of notes in the last 7 years, right? So I just revised them, so that helped me a lot. I would recommend you to make notes, especially working professionals, because revision is, I mean, it's extremely critical. If you don't revise, you are not going to remember anything, right? I
Right.
mean, this is, as
Right.
I've said, the human brain is a biological entity. It's not a machine,
Right.
right? So you cannot retrieve data forcefully from it, right? So it's
Right.
pretty difficult. So revision is the key, right? And therefore, if you are working professional, make notes, right? And if you're good with laptops, right? So you can simply keep files and remain organized. But in my case, I couldn't remain organized at all. And you asked me, how did you manage time? Time cannot be managed.
Right.
It's an unmanageable entity,
Yeah,
right?
you just have to steal time for yourself.
Yes, but I've said the commitment is the key. If
Right.
you have a commitment, you will do it, right?
Right. Nothing can stop you.
Yes.
So this was for the phase one and phase two. Now let's come to the interview. So there are two school of thoughts in the market. One says that the panel, it is very cordial and they motivate you, encourage you to say. And the second one, it is a very straight face panel, which grills you a lot. So what was your experience?
Look, I'll tell you, and because I have given interview 2 times, right? In my first interview, the first school of thought, I mean, is relevant. In my second interview, the second school
Second
of
school
thought
of
is
thought.
relevant, right? So there is no thumb, I mean, rule of thumb that can be applied,
Yeah. So
right?
you have experienced best of both
both
worlds.
both best of both worlds. And in my
Yeah.
last interview, their predatory senses were ignited, and they completely destroyed me. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't figure it out. I mean, it would be hard for you to imagine, but they completely destroyed me last year. And I was left barefaced, right? So जो जो पैनल की मैडम थी, उन्होंने मुझे ऐसे स्माइल दी थी कि जैसे तुम्हारा तो खेल खत्म हो गया. Right? So I'll tell you what went wrong last year, right? I wasn't precise. I wasn't up to the point. I mean, to the point, right?
Right,
You have
right,
to be precise. You have to be specific. You have to be to the point. The
right,
reason is they have to interview a lot of students. If you
right,
beat around the bush, they understand it that you are a novice, you are a layman, and there is a pretty long way you have to go, right?
right.
So they realize it. They are pretty intelligent people, right? So if you try to, I mean, manipulate anyone, or you try to answer it without even knowing what you are answering,
Right.
right? So that sort of approach won't yield you anything, and they, as I've said, the predatory senses gets ignited, and then they will
Yeah.
destroy you completely, right? This year the my approach was different. I was specific, to the point, and I questioned it quite, I mean, in a well structured, well organized way, right?
Right.
So I gave an introduction in 1 line, then I tried to complete my answer in 2 to 3 lines.
All
That's
right.
it, right? You shouldn't give detailed explanation unless they ask for it, right?
Right.
So take for example, they asked me about the Basel norms, right? The difference between the Basel 2 and the Basel 3 norms, right? So in case of Basel 3 norms, there are new liquidity standards that have been introduced, right? So the stable funding ratio, right? Liquidity coverage ratio, net stable funding ratio, these are liquidity. You should just name the important, I mean, points, right? NSFR, right? You shouldn't explain everything in detail. What is
Right.
liquidity coverage ratio, unless they ask for it, right?
Right.
So this way you can complete your answer in 3 to 4 sentences, and that is sufficient, right? I'll tell you, I mean, what you can say it, ras ki baat, right? The ras ki baat is, if they are interested in you, the panel keep the questions ready for you. If they are, I mean, if they are not that much interested, they will ask you, I mean, different sort of questions which are
Yeah.
not that much relevant, not technical in nature, right? The question asked to me were highly technical in nature. They didn't ask me the HR questions, right? And
Right.
if they are interested, they will keep the questions ready. Every member will keep 2 to 3 questions ready for you, and you can sense it that they have prepared the questions. I mean, they have their in head, right? So
Right.
you can see it. And if you wish me to tell about something tricky that can happen, I'll say that some of the questions are framed in a manner that they have specific answer in their mind, right? So these questions are then tricky because there are no general answers for it, because they have something in their mind. They want you to speak only that. In my case, they asked me a question. The question was, what Reserve Bank of India can learn from commercial banks in the domain of MSMEs, right? So in case of MSMEs, what Reserve Bank of India can
Can
learn from
learn.
commercial banks, and what commercial bank can learn from Reserve Bank of India. Now it's a pretty
Right.
tricky question. Even if you applied your head for an hour, you will find it difficult to answer it. Now
Right.
I understand, I know what commercial banks can, I mean, learn from Reserve Bank of India.
Right.
But what Reserve Bank can learn from commercial banks? I mean,
Right.
that's pretty tricky, right? So this
Right.
sort of question, I tried to manage it. But she wasn't the lady wasn't that much impressed with the answer. But it's okay if
Right.
you are correct with 80% of your questions. 80% of the questions you have, I mean, answered it quite well to the best of your abilities. Then the 20% of the other questions won't matter,
Won't
right?
matter.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So Mr. Hitesh says for phase one, for math specifically, he suggests two books that those are R.S. Agrawal and Arun Sharma if you want to clear your basics. And then he says go for mocks because maths, numerical ability and reasoning more than about doing questions, it is about efficiency. You have to manage time. You have to do maximum question in minimum amount of time. For GA and English, he says you should read a lot, you should read and not novels specifically. He mentioned that he said you should read editorial, or you should read a newspaper that is going to be fruitful for you for your examination. And for second phase for ESI and for um, FM, he recommends many books that one can follow. And apart from that, for interview, he says just to be precise with the answer, only give explanation when asked for. And he says that even if you mess up 20% of the interview, that does not matter if you have done 80% good. Am I missing anything, sir?
No, you have summarized it quite well.
So, sir, what thing that you want to say to aspirant who are preparing for RBI examination?
Right. Uh, to aspirants, I will say that look, the journey is not that much easy, right? After selection, it appears easy, right? But the person who go through it, I mean, I have gone through so many phases of life. I mean, I have attained a considerable amount of depth in my thinking because of my preparation, right? Because my exposures have been quite, I mean, even terrible, so to speak, right? But I'll tell you one thing, that you must be committed to excellence and not success. If you understand that, I mean, I can explain you the difference between success and excellence, but it's out of, I mean, it's out of topic, right?
No.
But you must be committed to excellence, because excellence is real, success is an illusion. Success, I mean, requires social validation, right? All dimensions of success are external. It doesn't enriches you. Excellence will enrich you. Excellence is real. It has an intergenerational mobility. It passes from one generation to other, and therefore you must perceive excellence. When you perceive excellence, the commitment to progress and commitment to wisdom is everything. Even if you fail, you have the commitment with you. Go ahead with it, right? The society आपको तोलते समय पैसों में ही तोलेगी, सैलरीज एंड अलाउंसेस में ही तोलेगी. इन बेफिजूल और बेवजह की बातों में हमें नहीं पड़ना है. एक्सीलेंस को परसीव करना है, because then you can have the opportunity to make a positive difference in the lives of people, right? You have got a number of people in this country, right, who don't have a decent, forget about decent, who don't have even the minimal standards of living, right? You have that opportunity to make a difference, right? So perceive excellence. Commitment to progress, commitment to wisdom is everything. Yes, ma'am.
Right. Beautiful words you have said. So, okay, so that's all for today. And thank you so much, sir, for joining with us, for sharing your strategies and the beautiful things that you have said. I'm definitely sure it is going to help the aspirants.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It
Thank
was a
you.
pleasure talking to you.
So same here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.